Hey, my friend, how are you today? Take a breath for a moment. Relax your shoulders. This is your time, your little pocket of calm. You're here listening, learning, growing. And that's already something to be proud of. Today, I want to tell you a story about small steps, slow progress, and quiet growth. It's not a story about being perfect. It's a story about becoming better just a little bit every single day. Because sometimes the smallest improvement, just 1%, can completely change your life. So let's begin. A few years ago, I felt stuck. Every morning, I woke up tired. I scrolled through my phone, compared my life to others, and sighed. I wanted to change, to become better, learn English, get healthier, feel happier. But every time I tried, I failed. I would start strong for a few days, but then I'd quit. It felt impossible. One night, I sat on my bed, frustrated. I said to myself, why can't I stay consistent? Why can't I change? I wanted everything fast, fast progress, fast success, fast results. But fast never lasted. That night, I opened my notebook and wrote one small line at the top of the page. Improve just 1% every day. It felt simple. Too simple, maybe. But something about it clicked. Just 1%. Not 100%, not even 10%. Just one small step. I told myself, if I can't change everything, I can change something. So the next morning I tried. I woke up 10 minutes earlier than usual. I stretched my body. I said out loud, today I'll be 1% better. You can say it too. Repeat after me. Today I'll be 1% better. Good. Feel that small promise in your voice. It's gentle, but powerful. At first, I didn't see big results, but I kept going. Every day, one small change. One small improvement. I listened to an English podcast for 5 minutes while brushing my teeth. I wrote down one new English word. I practiced saying one sentence out loud. Day by day, it didn't feel like much. But after a few weeks, I realized something. I was actually changing. My habits were growing, and so was my confidence. You see, we often wait for big moments, big success, big opportunities, but life doesn't change in big leaps. It changes in small steps. Let me tell you about a morning that changed everything. It was raining, cold, and dark. I didn't want to get up. I wanted to sleep more. But a small voice whispered inside me, just 1%. So I sat up, turned on a light, and practiced English for 10 minutes. Only 10. When I finished, I smiled. Because even though the world was gray outside, I felt bright inside. That's the secret, my friend. Progress is not about speed. It's about showing up. Every day, even when you don't feel like it. Say this with me. Small steps create big change. One more time. Small steps create big change. Yes, that's your new rhythm. At first, improving 1% may not look impressive. You won't see fireworks. You won't feel like a hero. But every little effort adds up. Like drops of water filling a cup. One day, it overflows. I remember one friend who wanted to speak English fluently. He told me, I can't do it. I forget everything. I smiled and asked, "Can you learn just one new word today?" He nodded. "Then do that."
He did.
Every day, one word, then two, then three. A year later, he was speaking full sentences with confidence. It's amazing what happens when you stop chasing perfection and start chasing progress. Let's practice something together. Repeat this slowly. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to improve a little every day. Say it again. Every day, I get better. And one more time. I believe in slow, steady growth.
Perfect.
You're already practicing that 1% right now simply by listening, speaking, and believing. But let's be honest, there were still hard days for me. Days when I didn't want to study, didn't want to try. Some days I failed completely. I forgot my goals, stayed lazy, and felt guilty. I thought, I'm back to zero. But one day, I read something that changed my mindset. You're never back to zero if you've learned something. And it's true. Every mistake taught me something new, how to plan better, how to stay patient, how to forgive myself. Progress is never lost when you keep learning. So I stopped beating myself up for small failures. I started focusing on restarting, not regretting. Whenever I fell, I whispered, "Just begin again." You can say that too. Just begin again. That phrase became my secret weapon. Even now, when I feel unmotivated, I use it. Because life isn't about never falling. It's about always getting up again. 1% stronger than yesterday. Sometimes, improving 1% means simply showing up, even when you feel tired. Sometimes, it means smiling at your mistakes instead of criticizing yourself. Sometimes, it means choosing peace over perfection. I remember a night when I sat by my desk, feeling unmotivated to study English. My head hurt. My energy was gone. I thought, maybe I'll skip today. Then I remembered my rule, just 1%. So I opened my notebook and reviewed 5 words. Only 5. It took 3 minutes. Then I closed my notebook and went to bed smiling. That night, I didn't just practice English. I practiced discipline. That's the real power of the 1% mindset. It's not about doing a lot. It's about doing a little every day, no matter what. Let me tell you something magical. 1% every day doesn't just add up. It multiplies. If you improve just 1% daily, by the end of 1 year, you'll be 37 times better than when you started. Isn't that amazing? 37 times. But here's the catch. Most people quit before they see results. They give up too soon. They don't realize that growth is silent, slow, invisible, until suddenly it's visible everywhere. So, if you're feeling like you're not improving fast enough, don't worry. You are. The change is happening inside you, quietly, patiently, beautifully. Repeat this with me. Growth takes time. Again, I trust my process. One last time. Every day, I'm becoming better. You're doing great. You're not just learning English, you're learning resilience. Sometimes I think of a bamboo tree. For the first 5 years, you water it, care for it, but nothing happens. No sign of growth. You might think it's dead. But in the 6th year, it suddenly shoots up, growing 80 feet in just weeks. Was it really growing only in the 6th year?
No.
It was growing underground all along, building strong roots. That's you. Every word you practice, every sentence you repeat, every effort you make, it's building your roots. One day, your progress will suddenly show. People will say, "Wow, your English is so good." But you'll know the truth. It wasn't sudden. It was slow, steady, 1% at a time. So don't compare yourself to others. Don't rush. Don't doubt. Just keep going. Even on days when you feel stuck, say this to yourself: I'm growing roots. Because you are. Some mornings when I still feel lazy, I smile and say out loud, 1% a day. That's all I need. Then I drink my coffee, open my notes, and take that small step. That's all you need to. Small steps every day. And when you think about it, life is just like learning English. It's not about big, dramatic moments. It's about little moments, choosing to try, to listen, to repeat, to believe, again and again. Let's take a deep breath together. Now repeat after me. I am getting better every day. Again, I am proud of my small progress. One last time. I am 1% better today. Beautiful. Remember this. Your 1% may not look like much today, but it's shaping your tomorrow. The person you're becoming is built by the habits you practice now. So, take that one small step. Read one page. Speak one sentence. Listen to one story. Smile at your mistakes. And just keep going. Someday soon, you'll look back and realize how far you've come, and it will all make sense. Because every little effort you're making now is preparing you for something bigger, something brighter, something beautiful. And when that day comes, you'll whisper proudly, I did it 1% at a time. Now, before we finish, let's repeat 3 key phrases together, slowly, clearly, with heart. Small steps create big change. I am 1% better every day. I will never stop improving. Hold those phrases close to your heart. Say them often. Live by them. Because no matter how small your progress seems today, it's enough. You're enough. You're growing, you're learning, and you're moving forward, one beautiful percent at a time. If this story touched your heart, give it a like, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe for more stories like this. Keep shining, keep learning, and remember, you are always improving, even when you can't see it yet.